Alright, so here we are again with another seed. This one was kind of an interesting one because I spawned near the village. Although most of the seeds that you've seen me play, I spawned near the village. This one was another one of the shoreside ones, but it was kind of split into two different sections where it had some housing on the right and then the main structures on the left. This village also had a librarian, which was kind of nice. It didn't have a swordsmith, so no instant lava, so had to go and find some lava before I was able to make the iron farm, which was a bit of a bummer. This did have a cave below, which was kind of nice, and I just did the whole trading up until I got enough gear in order to head into the nether. It was a bit of a journey making it over to the nether, but fortress I should say. I was able to thankfully get all of the stuff and have enough blocks to make sure that no withers popped up around me, and I kind of just made my way along this path headed towards this blaze spawner. And I did grab a mushroom while I was up so that if I needed to, I could cure a villager. Though I've only ever done it once. I don't think I ever did it on any of the videos that I uploaded. I think those ones I failed to record it and I wasn't willing to recreate it like I did last week. I did take a slight detour when I was on my way to the blaze spawner to pick up some of this nether wart, or I don't know what it's actually called, but we'll just call it the nether wart. I don't think it is. Anyways, so then I proceeded to make sort of a blaze farm by kind of having the shelf where they would spawn in but be far enough back that they couldn't see me. I'd like to eventually one day figure out how to make a proper blaze farm, but for now this is going to have to work, especially when I'm on hardcore, because there's no way that I'm going to mess around with blazes and die just because I wanted to get more. I tend to like to get a lot of blazes. In this village I had to because they didn't have any of the potion smith, or I don't know what they're called, clerics? They didn't have any of them, and so I needed to make a brewing stand so that I would be able to trade for ender pearls so I can make ender eyes. So we ended up staying here for a while, and while I do that, be sure to leave a like if you like the video, and subscribe, and share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Once I got all of the blaze rods that I felt like I was going to need, I decided to head out, and unfortunately there were a whole bunch of blazes on the way out, and so I just sort of ran as quickly as possible. Thankfully, because of the prep work we had done on the way in, we didn't have to worry about any of the withers getting us, but we did have to worry about the blazes shooting us on our way out. So we just quickly made our way. It was kind of a straight shot, which was a bit of an unfortunate situation, but you can see I covered all this so none of the withering skeletons would pop up on us, and then I made a mad dash back to the village. This also was helpful because we had enough levels so we could adjust some of our enchantments on our equipment. I didn't get looting this time on the sword, which is why it took me almost 45 minutes to get all of the stuff, but oh well, it worked out. We didn't die. That's all that mattered. I did, when I spawned in the nether, spawned in a soul sand biome, which is not my favorite because I don't like the skeletons, but I thankfully didn't have any spawn in my tunnel, which is a little unheard of, so I ended up popping back into the village, returning to my safe little town where you can see my iron thing. Now you're wondering why I am standing in the roof of my house, hidden in the soul sand. That is because I accidentally hit one of the villagers and I didn't want an iron golem to kill me, so I went and hid up here for an hour because I don't know what necessarily dictates an iron golem getting mad at you and determining that they should kill you, so I went and hid up there. One thing that I found really annoying when I was wandering around here is that I was constantly hearing skeletons rattle and zombies, so finally after messing around for a while, I gave up and decided that I was just going to try and find it. Since I had time, because I was waiting for more iron to spawn in my iron farm so that I could trade with it more. I do this pretty regularly where a zombie or a skeleton will end up getting stuck somewhere and it drives me absolutely nuts. And so most of the time I am unlucky in finding out where it's spawning in. But this time I was actually able to pinpoint it, which was so nice. There was this crazy little ravine where a whole bunch of zombies and skeletons and creepers were all getting kind of spawning in and just not despawning. I don't know why. So I decided that I was going to clear it up because I just couldn't take the noise of them. As you can see, it's quite a large ravine, and so I just took all of my glow stones and lanterns that I could and kind of lit the area up to try and clear up all the invaders. This is roughly how well my iron farm is going, and then I returned to trading with all of my villagers to try and get as much stuff as possible. This time I decided that I was going to get an axe because I wanted to be able to hit the dragon with it, because I saw people tending to hit the dragon with an axe instead of with a sword, so I decided that I would take one this time just in case. And then with everything I needed, I decided I would head out for the stronghold, and then I quickly realized that it was almost nightfall, and I turned around and went back so that I could sleep in my house and then head out on the grand adventure into the unknown to see if we were able to defeat the dragon. And so we headed out into the sunset on our boat, headed towards the stronghold. And with that, I guess I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.